Bill King's Fantasy
Good
Football.
morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everybody out there. Season 2 of the league. This is Wild Card Weekend of the 2023 season. I got my man, Fireman Rich from the Morning Coffee on Twitch with me, 05:30 a.m., Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I got Michael Bathurst. He's all over the place like I am when it comes to broadcasting. Gentlemen, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Check your connections. Let's make sure we are all good.
All right, we are in the midst of being on Instagram right now.
That's what I need. I appreciate that, Mike. That's what I need.
Thank you, everybody who's going to be on Instagram in the future. Only problem with Instagram, it is only on now. You do not see it later. So many times with Haps, I wish that had been the case when we were doing the karaoke, because there's individuals in this room that I cannot trust to keep old broadcasts.
And there's individuals in this room that I can name the broadcast somebody else's. I like that, Mike. I'm gonna give you that one.
Yeah, that was a good time. And this is back in the day when we had Luther Vandross and Will Downing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, God.
The Stylings. We should say Stylings by Tony D. Oh yeah. So he promised to wear his headphones today, which is his earbuds. So thank you. See, Sunday is a time of growth. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good on the YouTube. I got Michael's and your notifications there, Tony.
Beautiful.
Appreciate it. A couple of mine that popped up, so I think we're all good on everything. Gentlemen, yesterday's games.
Sad, man. Who wants to go first? You want to go, Rich? You go, Rich.
Well, you say sad. I found them very interesting. The first one was a foregone conclusion after the first quarter and stuff, the way the play was going. Second one, I didn't have an opportunity, and I'll keep my bitching to a minimum as far as it concerns the Peacock. But I wasn't able to watch it, but I was able to listen to it on the Kansas City Chiefs main radio via internet. And I got to say, the excitement when you listen to a ball game live via the radio, it's fun. It is fun. And then Kansas City Chiefs, they played strong. Of course, the announcers are going to be more pro towards Kansas City, but Kansas City Chiefs, they put a whooping on Miami. I think Miami, the cold affected them.
Yes.
Their quarterback, Miami's quarterback, had an interview here. I saw this morning on the football talk shows. It seemed like the problem with Miami's didn't happen during the game. It was before the game, because he said we needed to get our communications together.
That's my end. Sorry.
We needed to get our communications together as a team during practice, and he said that 3 times during the interview. So that's a little nugget right there that says I don't think they were all in tune on this game, and because everybody was emphasizing on the weather. I don't think the weather affected that first touchdown, the only touchdown that Miami, and that was quite the replay that I saw on YouTube. That was quite the shot. They had like more of that. For Kansas City, I know, Mike, you don't really care for the kickers and stuff, but the kickers was a factor. They had 4 field goals. But the big factor was that the third down conversions for the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid was very pleased with that. So overall, I think it was a great game despite the weather. Now, Buffalo, I'm questioning whether they're going to be able to play that game on the reschedule tomorrow and stuff like that. So, but as far as a start, a good. I don't know why they call it a super wild card, but it's a wild card weekend, and we had some good football. Even the Houston Stroud, amazing, simply freaking amazing kid. Okay, Mike.
Do you want to go next, Tony? Have you dropped everything you need to drop? Have you coughed everything you need to cough
One
out?
thing I need to drop.
Have you slurped everything out? Don't drop me.
I promise it's right on the edge. Thank you very much.
I know it's to be the happiest drop of your life. I know.
Stroud kicked butt, hands down yesterday.
Yeah.
The Browns did not look like the Browns that we thought they were going to be.
Oh no!
They choked in the playoffs. They're patient as of right now. The Browns have the reputation of choking. They had it before. They just solidified it again. They just solidified it again. Big ups to the team. Last night's game, Dolphins and Chiefs. It was the weather. I'm going to stick with that. The Dolphins, once again, have the reputation of choking in the playoffs. They said they haven't won a playoff game Just 2000 playoff wins since 2000. So it's on them right now. I'm good. Mike, go ahead, please.
I'm hearing somebody's radio slightly in the background. So.
That's the TV and my son over there.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, well, it's better than
I'm a family man. You all can have to forgive me.
Yeah,
no, you're fine. You're fine.
I get it.
He's a fan. He's a fan, man.
Mike has to make a point.
Before we start with the game, if it's okay, because I want to be respectful of elders. Bill Belichick lost his job last week.
Yes, he did.
One of my favorite human beings, Pete Carroll, who's 72 years old with boundless energy, lost his job last week. And what's happened is the system is different now. We're not applauding what was done before. We're applauding what can you do for me in the next year or two. And when you have teams like, the Titans, where people were hyping up on that, thinking it was a great team, hooting and hollering. And don't get me wrong, they get a couple pieces, and they could be in the playoffs this year. Problem was, they have issues with coaching, and they have issues with ownership. That's only my opinion. Nobody else in this room does that.
You speaking on the Patriots?
No, I'm not talking about the Patriots.
Which teams?
Talking about the Titans.
Okay, the Titans. Okay, my apologies. The Titans need a change. The time was up with what they had the past 3 or 4 years. I have to agree with that. I can't believe you're getting rid of Derrick Henry. I really can't believe that.
Well, no, he left himself. That wasn't. He's done. His body's cooked, and you could see it. You could see it. And it's like Travis Kelce right now. The only thing he's really good for right now is a bag of chips, and he's marrying billionaires. That's what he does. He looks, look, I'm going for the money. I've got myself a honey. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need
there you go. It's all good. It's real. It's all real here. No theater. And please, whatever you do in this life, let's celebrate each other. Let's elevate each other. Right? Every week we elevate.
From now on, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Bathurst is the Mandarin of my broadcast. Tries to do his own thing.
I
ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing it. Come on.
I got something on the two gentlemen that Michael mentioned. If you look at the owners of these two particular, and it was in the news there as far as I'm sure these two gentlemen really received quite a few of their acclimates and in the past. They're great coaches. There's no dispute there. Great coaches. But as far as the owner, I think the owner for Seattle, I don't know the gentleman's name, but he's about 82 years old, as well as Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones, he's pushing. I'm not sure. He's up. Jerry Jones. I'm sorry, Jerry Jones or Jimmy Jones. So they're looking
America's team, right?
And in relation to America's team, Jimmy Jones, he wants a Super Bowl now. And they're forking out this money, and I think these coaches know that, and they want. I don't think they're. So I think Belichick left gracefully. I think he knew the writing was on the wall. I hate to see it, but there's opportunities for him, and I'll get to that. Now, Pete Carroll, there may be opportunities, but there's something going on where I think it wasn't the owner was turning the ear to some execs that. I think they're going a different route. There's a different way, and I think you may have mentioned that in your podcast. It's not the style that there's a newer technique compared to the older technique and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing: he won a Super Bowl. You know that, right?
Yeah, but how long is that Super Bowl?
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right, Bill Belichick. Any team that wants to take on Bill, they got to take on the grumpy.
Well, I've got some selections there because that's in the news right now.
The Bill Belichick grumpy old uncle with a whole bunch of really bizarre behaviors, like chips in the background, noodle cups.
So, but I guess with the owners there, I think it's more of we can't have the same as this year going into next year. So Pete Carroll, I'm not sure he's going to, but Belichick, he has some opportunities. You talked about the Titans. He has a 13-1 chance of becoming the next Titans coach. They're talking about the Falcons. Chargers, Commanders, Panthers, Saints, Giants, possibly.
Keep
I
going.
just want to welcome Brian into the broadcast from Instagram.
Is he on
Oh,
YouTube?
okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brian Moore Photography joined. Thank you for being here, a
Now,
gentleman
will
I've
the
known for
Brian?
years.
will the Instagram comments come in here on
No,
the?
they don't.
No, they won't. I can make them come up.
Make him come up if
I
you
can
can.
make them come up. Do you want to do
Yeah, sure,
that?
please.
Will you cry at night though?
No,
This
Brian
is not
Moore,
my broadcast.
You know that. If you didn't say it yourself, just did, they would have never known it.
Oh, you just said it 3
appreciate you
times.
doing
What are you talking about? You don't
Beetlejuice,
watch it.
Beetlejuice.
I'm
How
going to
about
put
that?
your numbers up on my broadcast. Don't you?
There you go.
I don't care.
But Michael, the Belichick, possibly the Jets also. But I think there was even something to where the current coach of the Dallas Cowboys, if he doesn't perform,
Yeah.
there's
I
a
was about to say,
possibility.
that's the one I was waiting
very
on.
slim
Oh, he's
possibility.
gone. He's gone.
Yeah, and then I think Belichick will probably
Yeah.
be if he does. I don't think he gets along with Jimmy Jones, but he might compromise because you look at
No.
some previous coaches and stuff. You know, I think Belichick, would he be entertained with an aspect to go onto a team that's he's the extra piece, if not a player.
So Belichick is an option for the Cowboys.
I got my hand up.
I don't think McCarthy has to leave yet. I think he's been doing fine. They just enough playoff games. He's had winning records. He's made it to the playoffs. He just hasn't made it to the Super Bowl. The highest.
I strongly disagree. Do you know why? Because you're not 82 years old, buddy.
I feel you on that.
He can't wait a couple years. He needs it now.
Who? Jerry Jones?
It's like when you wanted remember when you wanted your salad that night? You wanted it now.
Let's throw
He wants the Super Bowl like you wanted that salad.
I'm going to throw it in.
Can't wait.
You're not wrong, but let's throw this in here. We should be rash. If you're an owner, one of 32 teams, Jerry Jones already has 3 Super Bowls. He ain't got to win another. Got to catch up to him. There are franchises.
Oh, he wants to win another though, Tony. He wants.
I think Jerry Jones used to want the Olympics more than the Super Bowl because he already had the Super Bowl. His next greatest goal was the Olympics because that would have brought in more money than the Super Bowl.
Right.
So if he wants another one right now, I give you that because I didn't think about that aspect. But get another one before he goes. Good luck. Right now, you are on pace. You got to get past Green Bay, which I think they will do. You got to get past Detroit. I think that's going to be an issue. So,
well, you've already said they got to win. They got to win 2 playoffs to get on track.
Yes, they do. Number one, yes. So if they don't win this year,
yeah.
I kind of see what Bathurst is saying about Mike McGo, but we have to give Mike McCarthy credit. He's been doing pretty good with what he has.
I think he's a good. Yeah, I think he's a good coach. He's coached good.
Oh, he's an excellent coach.
Yeah,
but he's a 5-year plan. And
So
the Cowboys are the biggest franchise sports in the world.
In the world, yes.
And they're run like a mid-tier. Like they have the product. They have a great product. And we're going to have to remember this is going to be a worldwide thing soon.
Yes,
Fireman
it is.
Rich.
Oh, I agree. There's no argument there. No,
you and I and that guy over there that eats noodles, maybe we can get them as our sponsor in the UK, could educate these people in England and Scotland. And they may be okay with the tendencies of food and children in the background. They may have enough time for us in their life to worship us. And we're all about the worship here. Right, Tony?
You're done.
We're all about the dollars and looking fine. You'll be wearing beautiful suits in a year from now. I can feel it. He will. He'll be in the UK walking around.
For all of
courting different.
on IG. This is what he does when he comes on your broadcast.
No, come on. I'm putting it out there. Have you ever watched this? Have you ever watched The Secret? I'm putting the intention out there. That's all I'm doing. Trying to better your life. Fireman Rich, we're not letting Fireman Rich talk.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. But I just think the aspect that it is all about money. So there's no disagreement there. But I really think Belichick's story is not over with. I guess that's the point I'm coming across. That from what I'm seeing, that he has potential. But
potential to do what?
To go to another team
and do
just
what?
like Peyton Manning did to get another Super Bowl.
But he hasn't done anything.
Just like Tom Brady goes to another team, and everybody thought he was washed up when he left and he went to Tampa Bay, got a championship. There's nothing saying that Belichick doesn't. He has a wealth of knowledge. I think there's like
defensively, that's it.
No.
He is not an offensive coach. He isn't. He would be great on any place that needs Atlanta. That they need a defensive coach.
They do need.
They really do.
I don't. Well, that brings up a question. Would he accept a second? Not being the head coach, but be just strictly defense. I can't see that from a Belichick.
Not right now.
No, and I don't think. And who's going to put up with answers? Ask me a question. Ask me any question.
Please, people don't.
About what?
And no, just ask me a question. I'm going to be Bill. Go ahead. Ask me why we lost. Ask me why I lost.
Well, I think Bill Belichick's disposition, I think most people that would be hiring him would understand.
He's a nasty curmudgeon. No, they should run the hell away from him.
I'm not even going there. I'm not going there. Sorry.
No, would you want to work with that every day? Come on. Are young guys going to respond to that?
You could say that about Andy Reid. When Andy Reid was with the Eagles and stuff, that's my impression of him. Okay?
He's softened. He's softened though.
Until you know the person, we only see a perception from the TV lens and stuff like that. And I could not stand Andy Reid. And when he went to Kansas City, I'm thinking, wait a minute, he's a different person. So my perception changed. Unless you know that person personally, and if you want to believe the crap that's aired in the drama sports pages, then have at it. I just think that he's a great coach. You can't take that away from him. Look at the Super Bowls that he was the leader of the team, the coach. The coach is the leader, and he's responsible. Granted, he wouldn't have won those if he didn't have Tom Brady and all the rest. But and I got to wince at this grumpy old. Maybe there's some truth to it. But I've never spoke to the man, so I'm not going to say that he's a grumpy old man. I just know him. He's a great freaking coach.
He was.
No, I think he still is.
Well, I know we respectfully disagree. I think he would be phenomenal in any team that needed a better defense. Like
I can agree with that, Michael, but I don't think he would lower him. I don't think he would want to do that because he's got
enough money. He's got enough money.
Oh yeah, that's sure. Yeah, yes.
Oh my. So there's a comment here from a Michael Bather says Tony D in the UK. So it's in the wonderful Instagram. I just thought I'd share that for you. And we want you to dress better in the future. So, why not? And anybody who has a suit line or a person who owns like a noodle factory or any fast food chain that's tasty.
There we go.
We are open to being an affiliate with you in the UK. We'll come down. He's open to lunches on beautiful patios.
If I come to the UK, it's going to be some shit. I'm going to just let y'all know.
Oh, I know.
Wouldn't that be cool? We're going to do a broadcast, Bell Kings over in...
oh, my God. Yeah.
I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah. You couldn't wear any short shorts, though, there, buddy.
I wouldn't wear shorts or a kilt.
No, you can wear a kilt, but you can't wear underwear. That's what I heard. It's one or the other.
Is that what you're looking forward to? Because I'm not.
Oh, I'll tell you. I bet a lot of the audience would be open to that. Okay. Woo! All right, can we talk about the game a little bit?
I mean, we would like to. You tend to divert.
No, you have no respect for elders. That's the thing.
I beg
you have no. You started this broadcast. These people have lost their livelihoods. All you care about. Oh yeah. Okay.
Gentlemen, this is what being a senior citizen does to you. Keep going, Mike.
It does. It does.
Careful. Careful.
Mike, do you have your meds?
Which you're gonna learn.
Can we talk about Lamar Jackson just for a minute? Can we talk about Lamar Jackson for a minute? Is it okay? Do you remember last year all the awful things they were saying about him because he wouldn't submit?
Yes.
Do you remember that? And for months, that's all we heard about was him.
Right.
It was awful. Okay, let's go back in time again. What was the other big story back then? A guy named Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And Aaron now is trying to dictate that he's going to be around for 3 more years after he couldn't last 4 snaps.
That injury, I don't think anybody. So I can't use the injury against him. We just got to see how he's going to play once he is recovered and comes back next season.
Right.
So, and I'll give you an example. You could almost be correct. Deshaun Watson had to sit down. He came back 100% healthy. He messed up. Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl under his belt and an Achilles injury. And now he has to play, and he has to get through the playoffs next season. He actually has higher expectations. Aaron Rodgers has to go off next season with the Jets. He has. So my whole thing now, I don't see him as a diva because we know what he did in Green Bay. He just hasn't done it. Deshaun Watson happened. I don't like what happened. Your resurgence is really going to. I don't know. See, you. I don't know about that. He has to come clean next season if he's still there. I'm quite sure. But right now, they're going to have to trade him and Flacco because. What are they going to do next season with the Browns? Lamar Jackson, contract negotiations, they don't want to keep him. I don't know anybody in the fan base who doesn't want him there. I think from what I've heard, everybody in B wants him to stay. So they're looking crazy trying to get rid of one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, definitely electrifying quarterbacks since Michael Vick. They will be nuts. And now you got home field advantage in the playoffs. Ravens, y'all looking crazy. Y'all better keep him. Go ahead and pay him. Go ahead and pay him. They got a team around him. God knows if Dalvin Cook stays with them, it's over. Whatever they don't do this year, they will do next year. I don't care what anybody says about what Dalvin Cook did with the Vikings. He can do with the Ravens. He don't even have to do as much because him and Lamar be running the ball all over the place. They set up for the Wildcat like no other. That's just my thoughts. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm interested in Fireman Rich's thoughts of something here, and we want to keep him in the loop.
Of Lamar?
Sure, we could start with Lamar. The next part I would love to transition into is, if it's okay, quarterbacks like Jake Browning this year, quarterbacks like Bryce Young, and quarterbacks like Justin Fields. Because today we're not doing I'm going to speculate who might get more points than other. Fantasy is over.
About the younger quarterbacks coming in.
Right.
Fantasy is over, Mike. You're correct. Fantasy is over.
And the disrespect of, especially in this broadcast, of Brock Purdy. And unfortunately in the world. Now, which one do you like best of this, Fireman?
Well, Lamar Jackson, just to make a comment on it, great quarterback. I don't know that much about him because I'm cozying up a little bit this season back to the Baltimore Ravens. I know I've seen replays of on YouTube of his his performance and stuff. Great quarterback. He has the potential. The Ravens they're the scariest ones on the block right now from what everybody's saying. But we've had some teams in that position before, and they just implode once they get to the champ. Not the first line or second, but once they get to that divisional or the conference championships, and even in the Super Bowl. San Francisco, one year I thought they were going to take it all, and it's same thing with Atlanta. Atlanta was up by like 4 touchdowns,
right?
And they imploded, and I'm like, holy, what caused that? So Lamar Jackson, great player. It depends on how he shows up. As far as that goes, I don't know any about his off the grid. I just know him as a football player. Now going to the younger football players here, the ones you mentioned.
I can give you the names again.
No, I don't want to go individual. I'm going to just lump them in one general sum as far as the who's the Houston quarterback? He's in that group too.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I'd say that kid, if he not up there for the MVP, and also Purdy for San Francisco, he should be in there. So I'm a little disjointed on that. As what's causing that? I don't know. Is he being blocked out for one reason or the other? I think he's generally, from what I've seen been reported about it, he's a good kid. He's a great quarterback too. It maybe comes down to the coaching staff putting them in there and stuff like that. Who knows? But the younger quarterbacks that come in, I guess we just went through 18 weeks of the season there. They had an impact. I don't know. Do you think they're getting paid? I know you don't really care for the millions of dollars. Are they in that range where should they be getting paid more, or are they paying less on that scale that you usually use?
All the rookies are budget. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
So right now,
I think that's unfair compared to some
this
of the
this is the only thing Tony and I will agree on. I know this for real. They are getting the best deal in the world for Brock Purdy right now. Less than $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting the best deal in the world with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Right? So anybody, that's why they love the draft. But the problem is they don't harness the talent.
Right.
And what they need to do is instead of paying Lamar 50, they get 3 guys that are good and pay them 10 each.
Mm-hmm.
Or 5. Whatever the market. Don't overpay them. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But having just in case in a game you lose 2 guys, you still got a solid quarterback.
Right.
Baker Mayfield was making a measly $4 million.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott takes a poop and makes $4 million.
Well, Josh Allen, I don't think he's in that category. Josh Allen wasn't all that great when he first came with Buffalo. He was probably in that price range, but now, I mean, the sky's the limit with him. And I know you'd like to see him go on another team.
Like tomorrow. Buffalo.
I don't think that's going to happen because I think he's in bed.
Can I be real about something? And my heart's broken about this. And this is not a joke. This isn't theater.
Right.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
And I would love Tony to address this. Is probably the greatest representation of a young black man that I've ever seen. He's well spoken. He never talks out of line. He doesn't interrupt. He's kind. Mm-hmm. He's all team. You know what he's been saying lately? I was asked to go back in after I had hurt my finger. I don't think that was a good idea. He has never done that before.
Oh, okay. And that's a dirty secret we don't really hear that much about, Michael. So I think there
is all kinds of turmoil within Philadelphia, and he's just trying to keep it together.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I saw his finger, and he went back in. I was like, "What the?"
Did you see it? The picture of it?
I saw it. Yes,
it's disgusting.
I did. He's like the commentator says. Well, I think it was Tony Romo. He said he's not giving you a gesture there, Nance. He's just it's
yeah.
Because
Tony, please, can we let Tony come in for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Tony. Go ahead, buddy. You got 5 minutes. Hit it. Hit it.
What needs to be said?
Come on. What do you think about Jalen Hurts?
He's just being professional. That's all it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's not about being it's not about being long-winded. He didn't think it was a good idea. And for him to say that. Because most football players are supposed to play through injury and stuff, and you can't throw and you can't play. He's probably pissed and worried about losing his job, especially after being in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's not getting the support. He's not getting the supports. Would you agree that he did last year, buddy?
Based on what you told me, I could see your point. Everybody still expects them to still make it. They're not even out of it yet, so they're still doing fine. You got to realize once you win the Super Bowl, people got to. We don't need you to keep going out there and be superior. We just got to need you to stop. We need everybody else from being better than you, which looks like that's what they're. Nobody in the NFC is better than them right now, except for the 49ers. Now, their greatest challenge is going to be that's the NFC game we're watching. We're waiting for. That pretty much is a rematch of last year. And
gotcha.
49ers were down 2 quarterbacks. The 49ers are going to come 100%. Or the Eagles going to come 100%. In my opinion, that's what we're waiting on right now. But Jalen Hurts, I've got nothing against him. The situation with them was kind of crazy. It was kind of bad. I'm glad. I believe they just won a Super Bowl, did they not? Did the Eagles win the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts? I don't think they did. Well, they made it.
No.
Way, which is
they've never won with him.
Okay,
they've never won with him.
They won before him.
I have
No,
I
that
have a
was
clip here if you want it of him speaking.
hold on. What was that quarterback they won
Of him
with?
speaking.
What was the quarterback the Eagles won with?
I can't think.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I
anyway,
don't know offhand.
James made it to the Super Bowl. I'll run your clip, no problem. James made it. James Bean before he get there. He's going to solidify himself with a Super Bowl. That's how I took it, but I got where you're coming from. I'll run your clip.
Okay,
Where's
so
that?
just give me a moment here. I'm trying to multitask here for a second. Just 1 second.
It's hard,
Sorry.
isn't it?
No, well, we're doing it together, especially with Instagram being on. I've got a lot of shit going on at once.
Yes, you do.
All right, so you should see, I think, within your grouping here. Oh, maybe not. 1 second here. All right, I'm going to click it here.
Which what games do we have? The Bills Steelers game got delayed, didn't it?
All right, it's right there. You should be able to see it here. I'll give it to you. There you go. I got it. Sorry about that. It took me a minute.
You always work better when I got something else going on. You work faster for some reason. I noticed that. Here we go. Go ahead and run it, Mike.
Oh, that hurts. Okay.
You want me to click it? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to do whatever we need to do to right this ship, because we know that we got a team that's coming in here this week. You know, we still have our goals ahead of us. We know we clinched playoffs this week, but we're not really looking at that. But we know what we want to do. We want to be able to win this division. But that's the last time you'll hear me say that. We got to go win a game this upcoming week.
I don't think we're committed enough. Just got to turn it around. It's a challenge that we have to embrace and just continue to see it through.
How are you seeing that present itself?
It's a matter of being on the same page. It takes everyone being all in all aspects, and it starts with me. There's multiple opportunities out there. In the end, there's not another way you'd rather have it. The trust that we have in one another, how much we communicate as players, and taking advantage of those moments when you have them to open the game open, whether it's in the final minutes or early on when we false start in the short yardage situation. I mean, we just have to be better. I have to be better, minimizing the mistakes, the penalties, the mental errors. I'm just playing team football, and it starts with me leading that. We've lost games, because I could be better. That'll change everything.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So he's taking it all on.
You sound defeated almost. You almost.
That's the take I took, Tony. Yeah. That's right in your face. It's like, wow, he's not
Something
really.
doesn't sound. He's not comfortable. And he's not happy.
No, he's not.
And the coach is acting like everything is great.
No, there's something else going on there and stuff. It's just, when, like I said, the Miami quarterback there was talking about getting it together in training, his general nonverbal, just like the nonverbal of this kid here, there's something else going on. There's definitely something else going on, which makes me. It almost clarifies that him sticking the finger up in the air is almost like he wants to show people in the stands, "Hey, I'm dealing with this injury or something." That's wow.
He's definitely dealing with something.
He has a brand new child. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that.
No.
I didn't know that.
This is what I didn't even know he was married.
Same here.
But yeah. I didn't know that Tony was going to the UK either. So hey, things constantly change, brother. Constantly flipping, moving, grooving, soothing. It's all good. It's all good. We are what we are, brother. We're here together. All right. Thanks, bud. So I would love to do a list. Can we do a list if I find a list?
What kind of list?
The current. Well, check it twice, find out who's naughty or nice. That kind of no. I was thinking more that the top tier teams in the eyes of other people. Now, I know we have the greatest minds in football in this room. I know that.
Oh,
And the most humble.
that's a stretch.
But I was thinking for a moment that maybe we'd go outside this resource that is vast and beautiful. Are you open to that, sir?
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell
said
you
that,
about you're speaking about lists, Michael. The list I was thinking, and this is coming back on the morning walk there, the missus getting the Weagle penny saver at the local store there. A list, because last night I watched a game on the official radio channel for Kansas City, make up a list of every team with their official rate where you could listen to it, as far as to have that. Because I did get a response last night on my when I posted up the links to the AM FM radio stations there in Kansas City, and this guy must have came in from Japan, because the picture there showed a little bit of Japanese architecture and background, is an American or whatever, on Instagram threads, and he replies, "Hey, I went to that page and I don't see the game." And I'm like, and this is like, they're coming into the second half there, the third quarter. And so I end up responding back and say, you need to go. I've been watching the game for all the, up in, they're all done with the halftime. They're going in. I've been watching the game up until this point, or listening to it. I said, listening to it. So you need to go back to that page, and in the lower right corner, there's a button. You press that, and that gives you the play of the audio. I think the person thought it was going to be a visual, but it's radio. And again, it's just one of those things. Like before coming in here, before we started the broadcast, I didn't have my volume up. But
Carson Wentz was the quarterback of the Eagles back then.
Oh, Wentz, yeah, okay.
I'm still trying to.
But I think Hurts there, that piece there is definitely something going on.
Tony, I have something there if you'd like to look at it there. Thank you, Bobby, for being here. We appreciate you on Instagram. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all the new viewers in Europe, in the UK. Anybody who would like to go for lunch with Tony in the UK, we can work that out. Maybe we'll have like some kind of draw. What do you think, buddy? All right.
Does anybody want to go to lunch with you?
No, I didn't even offer me. I just offered.
I noticed
you.
that.
I'm smart. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go.
Mm-hmm. What's next?
Okay. Well, everybody has a price. Ask Travis. Okay.
Yeah, but
all right.
Wait.
I'm not Cupid. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, shit. Okay, what's this?
So, what do you think of this? Yeah, look at it. You could study. You're a smart man.
Well, with that clip that you just played, I'm thinking you might as well change Philly out with the Rams.
Not yet.
That's
not yet. I don't have confidence in the Rams yet.
Right. So if you look here, this lady, this is what she has anticipated is going to happen.
49
she's a spokesperson for Fandel.
Right. Yes.
So that's Fandel that's pushing those in. It's not necessarily her.
Yeah. So if you look here, I think these are good picks. We got the Ravens versus the Bills, right? And we have the Cowboys against the 49ers, and the Super Bowl is, the 49ers and the Bills. Can you see that?
No, the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, yeah, it is. No, it is the Bills.
Yeah, no, she's got the Ravens, but not in the Super Bowl.
Yes, she does. I'm looking at it.
See in the middle there?
Yeah, the logo. It's blotted out, but they got San Francisco winning all. But the shadow over it, that is the Ravens.
Oh, I see what you're saying. See, this is like me when I start thinking about the UK and lunch. I'm thinking
citizen.
One track mind.
Ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, Rich. Senior citizen.
Sorry. It's crazy how you will visualize so intently.
I can see where you're easily because I took it as
get this prune juice.
Wait. We need to have more noises in the background. Hi, how you doing? Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
You done yet?
Hut! Okay.
You done yet?
No, not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather see the Bills there, as you can see. And you're right, that is the Ravens. God damn it.
No, I at first look, Michael, I was with you. I said, "What's the Bills, really?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute." And then Tony is like, "You look at it, it's just like, but San Francisco over." That's what all the talk is. It's going to be the Ravens in San Francisco as far as that goes.
So what are the games today, guys? Do you know? Do you even have a clue?
Oh yeah.
Who's on today? And who'd you pick?
You
Go for
got
it,
what's my list?
Yeah, Rich. Come on, Rich.
Well, Woodard had 3, but you got the Cowboys and Green Bay. I'm picking Cowboys because they're at home and we play better at home. So, and then you have the Lions and Rams in Detroit. I think the Lions. They don't have the Lions on that one chart that you had, did you? Wow, that's interesting. They had the Rams. Yeah, I just okay.
I've said that from the beginning that the Rams are going to. I think the Rams have a chance.
They do.
I do.
But,
they have a lot of the
still,
weapons.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that Flacco could have won last night, but you know what? I think it's C.J. Stroud's destiny.
It was his moment. Yeah, it was his moment.
And it was embarrassing how they steamrolled.
Well, they put a lot of pressure. And that was the number one. That I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tony. Cleveland was the number 1 defense. I heard
I saw
that
something on that last night, and I was sitting there questioning. I
was questioning. It's like, wait a minute, really? I know they have a good defense because I think that's what really got them into the playoffs. But I've got the Lions, and then I got the Eagles. That's tomorrow's night's game. The Eagles against the who are the Eagles playing?
You guys haven't even mentioned how the one game got moved to Monday.
Oh, the Bills. Yeah, I was going to
say that. I said that earlier.
Yeah,
did you?
Yeah, that's because of the
trying to send me over to the UK.
How's the weather up in Toronto? Are you feeling the effects of that?
Focus.
Are you feeling that weather, Michael?
I'm feeling that weather. It's
winds
making me.
Pretty.
I think it makes me see the Bills when it's the Ravens. That's how cold it is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's amazing if you want to see something bad enough, you will see it.
Philly and Tampa Bay, but and I think you got Tampa Bay. I mean, after seeing that clip, I could see Tampa Bay winning that game now. You don't think that's a Tampa Bay, Tony? So I'm just saying, okay.
Of course, we ask him questions while he's eating. Now, so how did Tony D pass while he was eating some sugary treats?
Eagles have a problem because
from Fireman Rich.
I think Devontae Smith is hurt. I think the Eagles got a problem right now.
So that
Tampa Bay, I know Baker Mayfield was limping last. Who's going to win this game?
He's got a bruised rib.
Oh,
his ribs are all screwed up, and his ankle's shot.
So this goes back to what you were saying, Michael. He's going to be in there no matter what. He's going to be playing hurt because.
Oh yeah, but he won't play well. But here's the thing, and we're not bringing it up, which is sad. And again, it's a disrespect for the elders. All of these players, the older players, they've been going through injuries, pains. Right. They have very complicated lives. Mm-hmm. They might be on their second marriage. The young guys are fancy free. They're in the UK. They're having lunch. They're doing stuff. They're enjoying life. They don't have a care in the world. They are out there fighting, and their bodies heal quickly. So I did not put that in my mind when I was thinking about the Texans. I was thinking they're hurt too, but no, they're young. It's like when you go drinking when you're 30. They're able to
absorb it and stuff. Because
you go drinking when you're 30, you can get wrecked. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're waiting for your salad. It's all good. And then the next day, you're fine. Yeah. You do it at 54, 56. You're lying on the ground crying to your mama by the carpet. It's not good. Yeah. And that's what it's like when you're a football player. Now imagine 7 seasons, three surgeries on your knee, slip disc. You've got your ex-wife calling you and saying, "Where's my alimony?" Like it's a totally different world.
Well, and that goes back to you look at C.J. Stroud, young kid, rookie. He played the best playoff game a rookie has played in NFL history, So in all those injuries, he might be banged up a little bit. We don't know for a fact. You look at Hurts from Philly. He's banged up more so when you see his hand sticking up with that disfigured finger.
His soul is hurt, buddy.
Yeah, and it is. And by comparison, he's a younger guy, C.J. Strauss. He had best rookie play in playoff history, and so I can see what you're saying. The older guys.
Look at that. Tony's gone. Now we can. Mom's left. We can do whatever we want.
He must be taking care of something. So, but no, I could see your point, and I'm aware of the older players and stuff like that, because even when you look at some of the linemen that are getting hurt, they're older. I mean, I'm looking at this one on the game yesterday, Houston. One of the linemen. Big guy, probably twice the size of me, and I'm 6'5" and stuff. This guy would make me look like.
Are you 6'5"?
Oh yeah, I'm 6'5". You'd be surprised.
You're a beast of a man.
No.
But this guy, ladies, 6'5".
No. I don't think that. Don't even go there, Michael.
How big are your hands?
I've been happily.
Big hands?
No, my hands are medium.
How about your feet? How big are your feet?
Mike,
Tony's got big hands.
You don't want me to talk about my feet because we went out to the store yesterday and I was able to.
Tony, what are you doing? Are you doing that on purpose? Stop.
I'm eating.
Oh my God.
I wear size 13s. I picked up a pair of that were in near mint condition New Balance 479s, which is a discontinued model of New Balances. And I couldn't believe it for $20. Like they're like a $70 shoe. Yeah,
you couldn't get them resold.
But it was going to charity. Somebody the normal person doesn't wear a size 13. So, but that's my foot size. That's not normal. You're gonna get Tony rolling here now. Tony says good morning.
Okay, are you guys ready? We got it. We got another interpretation here. Tony, do you have it there? Just one sec here. Sorry, buddy. I'm falling away here. One sec. All right. I'm gonna click it. Sorry, I'm not doing my duties. Okay, go ahead. Now you got it. Sorry. Here's the different interpretation.
Oh wow.
What happened?
Yeah. Okay, and why is that, Tony? See, I think they might. I think that's a grand possibility.
If they beat
I think there's
San Francisco, I'll be impressed.
I think there's a greater chance that they will do that than you will be in the UK next week. I think there's a good chance.
You will be correct.
That's an interesting take there. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Especially
and with that kind of logic, you can, and I can also see here easy what is going on with the emblem, right, Rich? Like there's no, and if you notice right there, KC is gone, and I don't mean the Sunshine Band.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
You know what? That's the way. I like it. It's all good. It's all good. So who else gets? So they have to beat San Fran.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, I could see easily beating our buddy, Tampa Bay. I could see that. I can see Tampa Bay beating Philly the way that they're deflated. Nobody thinks that Green Bay can beat the Cowboys at home, right? Nobody thinks that. No.
If they do, then there's going to be a relook at Green Bay.
Yeah.
If that happens, because Dallas again, they've just the stats. They're strong at home. I think they're undefeated, aren't they, Tony? At home, or if they lost one, they've lost one game in the last number of games and stuff like that. But Dallas,
undefeated at home a lot. I may be wrong.
Okay, still they play every time. They're one of the few teams that have been consistent this year that when they're home, they're dangerous.
Okay, I've changed it up again. And this, I think, will be more aligned with our dear friend here, Tony D, soon touring and having his own clothing line in the UK and snacks. Would you also maybe have your own, fine whiskey or something like that with your name on it?
I might.
If it's better than Crown Royal, right?
It would be Royal D. That's what it would be called, Royal D, because he's delightful. All right, so let's look at the list here. Royal D whiskey, only in the UK. No, you want it here in Canada. That's what you're saying.
That is not regular coffee that you're drinking. I don't know what the hell you're on.
Oh, and you know what? That's a good idea. Let's chew on this for a second. Then I got to get a coffee. Do you want to end this by an hour? What are you doing today?
I'm pretty much on everything I wanted to. So whatever extra you all got. I mean, we got a good 10 minutes. So let's roll.
Okay. Look, why don't we? I think there's maybe one or two of these lists. I think this one is insanely correct.
The one
as things are right now.
I agree.
Yeah. I have to admit, I would love the last list. The last list. Oh my God. How many people would lose their jobs if this one happened? How many people would lose their jobs? Oh my God. There would be no peace in the valley. Where
the people that would lose would be the people who go back one chart.
You want to go back? You want to go back? Okay. There you go.
You just had this one right here. Now, people lose their jobs with the Rams up there. If you will lose their jobs, Cleveland's out, Steelers out, Ravens.
I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys would have to retool. San Fran would have to.
People expect
San Fran
if they don't make it. San Fran.
It would have to retool.
If San Fran loses to the Rams,
it's do or die.
You're correct. You're correct. The Rams can't beat them, but the Ravens. If the that's going to be a mess.
We got another one here, Tony. You ready here?
Yes.
We're switching it up, and we want to keep it fresh and fine, so funky and free. So this one here, if you look, they've got the Eagles winning in the wild card against Tampa Bay, which is today.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Fireman Rich's pick, and my pick too, to be honest. I would love to see the Lions beat LA, but I don't think that's going to happen.
We'll see.
It can happen.
Yeah.
And if this scenario comes, I think there's a good chance the Eagles could beat San Fran. That's one of those fluky, weird. They may show up. If the Tigers, if the Tigers beat, not the Tigers, sorry, the Lions. You know what that is? That's a brain fart of the Detroit Tigers. Because I used to
appreciate your
with
energy.
my dad, but
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I do appreciate your enthusiasm. And keep going.
See there you go. This is all because you got excited about the whiskey.
Yeah.
All right.
You said
and then
to the UK. Take your time.
Oh, I'm so excited, man! I'm going to come down. I'm going to get clothing lines. Woohoo!
The Lions
are going to be good,
and the Ravens will be a 6. People lose their jobs. The 49ers don't make it. People lose their jobs. The Ravens don't make it. It's the favorites right now. The Eagles, they don't look 100%. Based on the interview, something's not right at all.
Yeah.
The Rams want to go back, which could be a factor, like you said, over the 49ers. They want to go back. They got it themselves. But the 49ers are entirely too complete. I haven't seen an injury report on anybody over. Nothing.
Do you guys think Buffalo could beat KC?
No.
Okay. Possibly. I think they've got. I think they both have the tools and stuff like that. Just depends on, in
the most fairest aspect. And I apologize, Rich. I'm sorry.
I think they match up pretty good though.
Here's one scenario where the Cowboys could still keep their jobs. Mm-hmm. Check this out here. I think this is one that Skip would like. I think Skip would be all about this. Yeah. Poor Skip. Ever since he lost Shannon, he's lost his way.
No, yeah.
But that's why you got to treat people well. When you have
he's doing pretty good. He's on the He's on the insurance commercials.
Skip doing fine. He's still hitting the network. He's doing fine.
I know. Do you know his numbers are half of what Shannon's are?
I think that's
half
to be expected. As far as the other half probably went to Shannon.
Skip's still doing old money. He's living off house money.
Oh, he's got money. He's got generational wealth for the next 12 years. Can we quickly go through this one? I love this.
You haven't gone through what you were trying to make the point of before you start Skip, now you want mine.
Dale, thank you for being here. We appreciate you, Dale. I'm
See
so
what you
sorry
did?
that
It's an Instagram.
it's an Instagram. You told me to read the comments, brother.
But you had something you
See,
wanted to bring up. You haven't done it yet. You haven't brought up what you were trying to bring up.
No,
yet.
but you always told me go to the audience first because without them we have nobody. We have no clothing line. We have no lunches in the UK.
Mike,
We have
well
no
Good job. Good job. That was
I'm in your corner, buddy. I'm in your corner. I'm
Good
trying
job.
to do what you want. I feel like you're attacking me here.
No,
I don't want to be like Skip.
He's just
Shannon.
observing.
I don't want to be that. I don't want half the ratings.
I'm just the man in the middle.
You don't want. I got a question, Mike.
I don't want to be like Skip. You're
gonna
gonna throw me out to the pasture because you want to be.
Mike, Tony, and the man in the middle.
I think that's God, isn't it? He's God. We got God in the broadcast.
All of you folks on
Instagram,
right,
there
I
you
hope
go.
you all are enjoying yourself. Mike, put on a show. If you haven't learned anything else, this man knows how to put on a show. Mike, how much sleep did you get?
Put on a show. I'm supporting
you
your
can't
dreams.
even get a question.
This is
How
what
many
I
times did I
get.
answer the question, y'all?
I'm thinking about is right now the UK. You ready?
No.
Lunches, right? Lunches. You know what I'm talking about. Think
I
about
heard
those
traffic
lunches
is
you'd be having.
heavy over there. I heard heavy.
Oh, I tell you, the rotation would be heavy for you.
Before we hit the
I
hour,
think the weather would be
I'm
very
gonna
warm.
interject something
Oh
here,
yeah,
Michael. As far
sorry,
as
we're back.
I think with the regular season over, for those people that are watching our viewership and stuff like
God
that,
stepped in.
as far as Tony's viewers, Michael's and mine, and stuff like that. If you're watching this on the replay, we've gone through a season. This is the second season of Bell Kings, and I think we're going to continue just like we did last year, Tony. I'm just trying to interject a little bit. But the second season, I guess, would it be officially over because the season's over for the most part, or
the second season will be officially over once the Super Bowl is done.
Okay, once the Super Bowl. Okay, so that's the date I was going. But I think compared to last year, this year has been even 10 times better with the addition of Michael and stuff, and our viewers, you can see the banter that we have go back and forth.
As much as Mike drives me crazy, ladies and gentlemen, this is the dude that I met. This got me live stream more than everybody. The only reason I put up with his is I'm going to say this every week, keep doing it. I used to do this on his show. I'm letting him get. He is in so much trouble next season. He has no idea.
Gauntlet's been thrown down, Michael.
Now, is this while we're eating lunch in the UK together in the warm sunshine? Will you forgive me then? Because I'm just looking out for you, brother. It's all about you.
Mike has
your dreams.
People have been telling me this. Now I see it for myself. Go ahead, Mike.
You know what? You can't always believe what everybody says, buddy.
That's true.
I know myself.
Sometimes you have to learn, and you can't judge people by the eyes of others, right? We can't do that.
I'm telling you that about the coach, Michael. About freaking 30 minutes ago.
Go ahead. Which coach? Are you talking about Bill?
Belichick.
Are you talking about Grumpy Bill? Come on.
Well, the thing about Belichick, Aaron Rodgers on a recent interview on ESPN, I forget the show, the guy that wears a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Supposedly Aaron was supposed to be banned, but he piped in. Aaron Rodgers has great respect for Belichick because it was when he was with Green Bay, it was during a championship. Green Bay won, and Aaron Rodgers had these sports reporters interview him. Off to the side was Bill Belichick. He waited till it was all finished because he made it a point. Aaron said he has high regards and respects for Coach Belichick because here's a guy, he just lost. He's standing there waiting to congratulate me. And it was like a 5-minute bit. He was waiting there. And a man of that stature to stand, that tells me something about the character of Bill Belichick, that he's bigger than the people are just seeing the grumpy old man. I don't think they're seeing the real man. When you hear stories like that. From Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
You realize what you just said?
What's that?
Two on the same team.
Well, I'm just saying the Jets. I said the Jets are they're a long shot though, because I think the coach that they have on the Jets is a good.
Robert Saleh as a coach. Belichick's gone. What does this hurt? Imagine
Is there a pathway for
Belichick.
him to go?
Belichick coming back. Or Aaron Rodgers going to wherever.
I see what you're selling.
Oh,
I see what you're selling.
You just open a scenario to where
he's not just selling whiskey, folks.
Where he could be there as a secondary coach. Oh,
well done.
No, he could go there as a quarterback. He could go get another.
Give it up, man. Jeff Hawk in the house. Sorry, Jeff, we took so long to get to.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Yeah, that's a good one. We tied that all in.
That was beautiful. People, you need to put that in slow-mo. He's pushing buttons. He's doing stuff. He's making moves on the side. God is in the middle, and he's trying to defend Bill. But you know what? Right now, Tony only cares. Hello.
Can I talk?
Can I talk? You may go ahead. Sorry. I'm going to go get a coffee, and I'll leave you be. I'll be right back.
It's quiet. Holy shit.
No, go ahead and expand on that, Tony. That's an interesting. I didn't even think of that. That is a very interesting.
The way you said it, it hit me. The way you said it, it hit me. If he's got respect for Belichick, Aaron Rodgers is hurt. Could he have taken the season to go away for Belichick? Belichick makes up his mind.
Yeah. Oh, Jet fans would love that. Oh my God.
Super Bowl to beat what Tom Brady to match up what Tom Brady has, and then go for another one to beat. Tom Brady was beat Tom Brady's record, does he not?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning couldn't finish.
See, the Jets, he would be in the same division as the Patriots, though.
Suppose they both go together. Aaron Rodgers leaving, Belichick leaving. Somebody buys out Aaron Rodgers' contract, but they're going to make the money back in.
I don't know. Yeah, that could possibly happen with the way they do trades and all that stuff on the off seasons. Yeah, that could. But that's good. Go
ahead and be an asshole. One team that needs both right now.
Yeah. Atlanta. They need more than that, though. I think. It's just like they just remind me so much of that year when
the Clark wide receiver, Adam Thielens are even two decent running backs, and I watch the defense in Carolina. It isn't that bad. They're just losing games.
Yeah.
I'll throw that at me. You really want to get mad? Take them to
no.
Both of them in Atlanta. Nobody's happy with Desmond Ridder.
There's a possibility, a good possibility as far as that goes. That's a good point.
Jeff was good. I'm glad you popped in. How you doing, man? What are you doing up this early? Sitting back listening to sports. You don't do sports. But
Tony, I got the charts. I got to present the chart. Let me get the charts here before we leave.
I'm waiting.
I'm sorry. I'm just let me get this up. Window, and here's the last week. And you did not. I have to say, Tony, you did not win. As far as that goes, yeah, but you gave as far as let me square this up a little bit. Okay, here we go. For the last week, 18 CBS, a game ahead of Tony. It was just they were neck and neck, and then Ted popped up with Brian, Michael, and me. I just kept on going down. No picks from Tim Fan 40 because he got some things going on and stuff like that. But the final tally, CBS beat you by 3 games.
Major networks.
Yeah. But you were there. I was up there for the good part of the first half of the season, but I was able to stick there. Ted, if we had another week, he probably would overtake me as far as that going. Brian, he finished up right behind. And again, Michael, with the missing of week 2 and 4 and 6, that he never reduced any. So I hope we can do this next year. As far
Fireman Rich, can I defend myself just for a moment?
No, go ahead.
I'm a man of integrity, and I could not go back with a clear mind and put them in unless I had done it in a show, and I couldn't.
Well, I respect that,
I could have just went in there with my whiskey, sitting in UK on my table and just making up shit. Even what I thought was fair. Look at what my average record was. Hear me out. Figure out what my percentage was and give me that percentage. Do you see what I'm saying? So if my percentage was 63% right, but I don't think that's fair to the people in the room. People with integrity, like the real Ted Hicks.
No, they all have.
I know you couldn't do that. There's no way you could do that.
You're saying that the charts are skewed?
No. I couldn't do it.
Oh.
I couldn't do it. Do you see what I'm saying? I have
No,
no proof.
if we would have had, the video, I tried going back some of your videos just.
No, I know, but I didn't. I did. It
was
wasn't the full.
It wasn't a concise,
No,
clear-cut
it wasn't. It's like this broadcast
and stuff. But I look forward next year if we do this to get your weekly picks and stuff like that, because I'm sure where you're sitting at right now, if you got those 3 weeks, you would be right up there probably with Tony and CBS. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful to be here.
And this is fun. I like fantasy football and stuff. Come on, hey, I want to recount.
Ted, I want you to go to Instagram and put your name there. Are you on Instagram, Rich. Ted?
I'm going to ask Rick, and that's Tim Fan. I don't know if that's Tim Fan or that's Tim Brown from Twitter.
No, Tim Fan 40. Tim Fan 40.
I remember Tim
Fan 40. He's a viewer of mine that is in the chat. He's out there.
I remember
he's going to take it to the
Supreme Court. I think we should. Listen, Real Ted Hicks, are you open to going to the UK and having some lunch? When this gets syndicated and Tony has his own delightful Tony D brand of beautiful liquors available at an affordable price.
Beautiful liquor.
Only of the highest quality.
Who says beautiful?
Beautiful
liquor.
Oh, women. The women that will be at your wonderful lunches. In fact, it will be like, I think Travis did that, didn't he? He had 52 women or something. He had to make a choice. It was a reality show. It was good.
Sure,
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
There's Ted in the chat.
Gonna go around in circles. Dun, dun. Gonna fly high like a bird up in the sky. High.
Y'all are rough.
We're all good.
What's the games we got?
Look at, see, he's so excited.
Mike, focus.
Pixelating.
Mike, focus.
You're
Mike,
pixelating.
Focus. Am I? I hope it come out your nose.
So,
what's
Mike,
the games we got?
who's your picks for today's game? Who's your picks for today's game, there, Mike? We've given our picks.
Okay. Who do you think I'm going to pick? I want to see how well you know. Who do you think I'm going to pick today
for today's games?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Today's game, I think you're going to pick Green Bay.
Yep.
And I think you'll take LA. From what you said right here, those are you.
And I'll tell you, there will be so many heads rolling.
Yeah.
Well, I think there'll be a good chance that Tony D could be head coach if that happens.
They don't want that.
It's interesting. The playoffs so far yesterday. The first game was. It's interesting because it is a whole different season as far as that goes. As far as you either win or you go home, it's straight out. As far as 4 games, before yesterday, all it is the count was you got to win 4 games and you're in the Super Bowl.
Yes,
basically. So Belichick to coach 6 teams next season. No, 1 of 6 teams next season. Ted. That's how we said that. Did you?
I'm not gonna say I probably would have had Cleveland over Houston, and I would have had Chiefs over the Dolphins once I saw the weather. So I would have lost one game yesterday. I was going to go saw that weather. I would have chose the Chiefs, and I didn't realize Jaden Waddle played last night. If he wouldn't have been on that roster, my original thought was he wasn't on to take the Chiefs.
Did you see Michael? Did you see the coach for the Dolphins there? I think it was a shot when they were practicing down in Miami. The T-shirt, what was written on his T-shirt?
Yes,
it's colder.
Yes,
trying to get.
Hey.
Yes. How are you, my friend?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
We're doing better. I'm glad that you've attacked that room and you're cleaning it up as well as I've cleaned my office. It's beautiful.
it's. What are you talking about?
Does that cause your wife? Does that cause you grief with the wife at all? Be honest. Yeah. Okay.
So much grief that, and I don't mean to make this about me. She's actually taking our office and we share an office. She's like, I'm gonna move my office upstairs.
Oh no.
She said, you seriously, you don't have enough room down here for all of your stuff.
Oh no. Well, I'm not going to go there because we're listen. If you had a belt and you were a king, would that belt this year have more holes in it? Like it would be a tighter belt because it's been lean, or have you been a fat king this year?
I've been a
And
fat king this
a
year.
fat king.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I think if you were Tony D and you had a belt, I think you'd use it on me. That's what I think. That's what I think. So what did you think about the UK? You know, being syndicated
Mike,
and having a clothing line.
Mike,
And,
Mike.
Come on. Time out. We're not going there.
Football, damn it. Football.
Football.
The weeks, the
Football.
players.
It's my game.
Not all the everything
So
else.
I've gotta.
They're trying to sell liquor. Jesus
I've
Christ.
gotta go totally against my guy,
Okay.
fellow New Yorker, Fireman Rich. I gotta go against you, Rich.
Oh no, this is wrong. Go ahead.
Rich, you're on mute.
Of course he is. You're going against him.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh,
what
I gotta go against you.
You get for,
I think Belichick could take. There's so many different coaches that are coaching now,
right?
and that are not coaching. I'm sure he has the NFL coaching hierarchy under pressure. He can go anywhere.
Do you think he will take a secondary position instead of head coach? Though.
No.
Okay. But no, I. So what do you disagree with me about?
He could go. He can go.
No, I think he will go. I'm saying he will go.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying it doesn't mean just a vacancy. I think Philly loses today, or if Dallas gets blown out the water.
Well, okay, we're on the same page. We're on the same page.
Yeah, we got to the game yet.
Because I posted something up of the possibilities, and I was pretty fascinated. But Tony had an analogy here with Aaron Rodgers. I find very fascinating, which would be because of the story I told you the other day. Aaron Rodgers was on ESPN.
Yes.
And he has high regard. I mean, it just high respect.
Yes.
As far as for Belichick, and that's an interesting aspect. Michael was showing us, and that's the visual that we see that gives us a little crack that we can look through. Michael was showing about Hurts in an interview. It's like,
yes.
After seeing that, I think Philly's done in the playoffs. I really do.
I think they're done, and I think Jerry Jones.
Right.
You piss him off. Everyone has such high regard for Bill Belichick. And if he goes, and Michael, you check me on this. Let's just say he wants to be a coach, not the GM.
Right.
And just focus on coaching on an already stacked team. How could you not?
Here's the thing. If it was my team and I was the owner.
Yes.
He is a very disruptive force. So yeah. I would limit what he could do. And if he was open to it, maybe he'll be humbled by this. He needs to be
you look
just...
at Parcells. Parcells was humbled.
He needs to be just the defensive coordinator. Nothing else. No more, no less.
He'd be a kick-ass.
If he got out of line, he'd be the towel boy for me.
He'd be one kick-ass defensive coordinator.
Oh, the best.
That's the sweet spot. Linebackers, everything. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. He used to simulate in his mind where the clock would be.
Yeah.
In each stadium. Like he's a bit of a nut.
I don't want to see him, like if I owned a team, if I owned the Jets, I would not want him as GM.
Are you back on the Jets? We talked about this. This is therapy, man.
I've always been on the Jets.
We talked about this. Is a form of
I don't think he can be. I don't think he can do both. I think he's because I think a team that if he does come back, he comes back strictly as a coach. I don't.
Can you imagine the fights between Aaron and him? Oh my God, I would want to be in the room. That'd be the one time I could be quiet.
If I was Robert Saleh, I would be very nervous. Nick Sirianni, very nervous.
About what?
Mike McCarthy. That Belichick is lurking. You don't think so? You don't think he's lurking?
Not at all.
Really?
No, sorry.
Well,
do you know where he needs to be?
Where?
Come on.
Chargers?
You guys are smart. Chargers. Yeah.
I don't think he wants to go to the Chargers.
No, hear me out. He's got a great quarterback.
He's got a great quarterback. The defense is there.
He's got his Tom Brady without a back missing.
You would still need a few more of your pieces there that you always say, Michael.
Right, but he can crack the whip and get the right people in there defensively.
It's possible, just like the Atlanta. And there is Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Hey, Tina from our Jersey girl.
Hello, Jace Jacobs. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, sir.
Must be on Instagram. But what about the gentleman from Seattle there, Carol?
Carol. I like Carol also.
Thank you, Rabin. Sorry, I don't need to interrupt.
Do you think he might end up, he'd be the same thing as Parcells, that he'd go to another team?
Mm-hmm. They got that fire. They had that fire in them.
Ted, just for a minute.
Yes.
Imagine they could get him to just be a defensive coordinator. Everyone would want him. Everyone would want him. Everyone in the league would want him. He's a great asset.
Mike, if he said, I just want to be a defensive coordinator, every defensive coordinator is put on notice.
I think Carroll would be more receptive to that than, say, Belichick and stuff like that with the personality.
I'll tell you right now, the 49ers would not put up with him. No way.
As defensive coordinator?
They don't care. You still have to live your life. He still. Do you want your grumpy grandfather over every day of the week? You can barely handle him at Christmas. Come on.
The grumpy guy. We don't want the grumpy guy.
Ask me why we lost. Ask me why we lost.
Why'd you lose?
You already asked me that.
Yeah, he's not very articulate.
You know what? You're really irritating me, Ted.
Wait.
And listen, I've been constipated for about 4 years. And I'm about to lay some shit on you. So just next question, please. Thank you.
There's a clip.
That is exactly as warm as he gets.
There's a clip. There's a 9-minute clip that was circulating. I'm going to try and find it. Someone asked him about special teams, and he gave a 10-minute answer.
Oh, really?
Special team.
Well, if it's something he likes. If it's something he likes, I bet you can't get him to shut up.
10 straight minutes gave an answer.
How classy was the Kraft family to him? That was so.
I think, they, it's just like, I think Belichick could see the writing on the wall and stuff, because
they could have played hardball.
If he was grumpy, he would have said something about it.
He would have been canned 2 years ago anywhere else. He would have been gone.
Not only that, but the Crafts would have said, "Hey, we want a draft pick for him."
Do they do that with coaches now? I saw some discussion about that.
Yeah, they would have been like, "You want to speak to him? Draft pick."
But see what they did there. That's respectful, because they don't want wherever he goes to be depleted. Right. They want to elevate the broadcast. You know what I mean? And that's what the real Ted Hicks do. Can I tell you something that's a correlation that's unbelievable? Mike Evans is 6'5", and guess what? Fireman Rich is 6'5". I didn't know that till today.
I don't look like I'm 6'5" sitting here.
And he's been incredibly productive for the last 10 years.
I've been pretty productive for the majority of my adult life.
It sounds like Tony D's having a party back there. How are you doing, buddy?
You all do your thing while I do my thing on the side, because I can multitask.
What are you doing in the back? Are you doing any kind of Windex?
There's another app that I'm on that we can monetize on. It's actually about to shut down the same way Haps did, and it's kind of messed up. So I'm kind of
time. What's it called? Tell us. Share, please share.
I shared it last year. Nobody listened.
Which one was that, Tony?
Pacocha.
Okay.
That's an apps only though, right? I think I think about that. It's apps only to utilize.
Similar to Periscope. You put yourself in the mindset of Periscope, but when people like they was on apps.
Yeah, but Periscope you could use on the web browser. I guess that's where I'm going at. Can you use it on the web browser? No, I think I remember you saying something about that.
Web browser.
Yeah, see that's the one I'm looking for. Haps, you say it's Haps like, but it's Haps who could use the browser, and that's the one thing I'm looking for. I guess and it's up. That's
Tony,
why Restream that we use is so great. That it's a web based application.
And Fireman Rich, is it possible that we could, and I mean organized, do something after the games for like 10 minutes and just go in and have a 10-minute
But for 10 minutes, it
speculation?
winds up being an hour. But yes,
No, but really do it for 10 minutes.
you
Like a
don't.
post-game show.
No, we did that last night. I was available. I was sitting here listening to the game. I think Ted came up right at the.
You never messaged me, Fireman Rich. I feel like I'm Bill Belichick right now. Nobody's calling. Nobody's answering. What is going on?
I messaged Bathurst a month ago to do a post game show. He didn't show up. They tried to do
you know why? Because I'd already made.
I monitor my social media
show.
Platforms, Michael. So when Ted or Tony get up, they don't have to message me. I get alerts that they went up, and I know I'm invited, which I'm greatly appreciate. I know I'm invited. I get notifications and stuff. So
if I'm doing a broadcast and I'm in another room,
you were broadcasting.
What are you, a sheep? Or what? I know what that a lamb.
No, because when you're broadcasting, I get the alerts on the YouTube and stuff, and it's like, oh, geez, but just being busy in the morning and stuff. There's some people in this world that think that I have all the time in the world because I'm retired now, 9 months since yesterday. Which I have quality time. I have excellent quality time, and I'm not going to.
Ted, who's going to win today, Ted? Before I go,
Ted, what's your picks? Yeah,
between Dallas and Detroit.
Both games today.
Hang on, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got Dallas and Green Bay, and you got
LA. Dallas and Green Bay. Okay. Dallas and Green Bay. I don't trust Dallas. I'm sorry. I don't trust Dallas.
People are waiting for Dallas to mess up. People are really waiting for the Cowboys to mess up. That's been the biggest reason they're watching the game. They are watching Dallas. The minute Dallas loses,
it's too easy to say Dallas should go in there and blow the doors off of Green Bay. It's just
Green Bay, they've been kind of sneaky. They're with their victories.
Yeah. And so today I'm rooting for Green Bay. I'm rooting for Green Bay.
Me too.
What about LA and Detroit?
I'd like to see Detroit.
You can't deny those rings.
Those rings.
Oh, that's an impressive sight right there. Oh,
and I totally go against Michael Bathurst because Belichick has every current coach under pressure right now. They're like, oh, he can come here.
I think if you upset Bill, listen, if you upset Bill, he puts those rings on, he comes into the room and he starts swinging. That's what I think happens if you want to know the truth.
Oh, they're warning us? Is that the same thing with Brady?
That's what it is. You start disrespecting Tony D and his dreams in the UK, I'm telling you, we're coming for you.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
Can't help it.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude. Look at this. Look at this. I'm
Break
gonna
out
retire.
Break out the chips.
I think he's
my loins are on fire. There we go.
This morning. I don't know what's going on with this dude.
I'm so happy Ted's here. You have no idea. I have to get my fix of Ted every week. And I suggest that to anybody who loves really good quality programming. Ted, do you have a moment just to tell us about what's going on this week in your world? Thank you, Ted.
I'm going to ask one more time. Just shut it down after this. The game for today.
Okay.
Detroit and Green Bay.
Detroit and Dallas.
Mike.
I already said. Yeah, I made it very clear. Green Bay. Green Bay, we're going to do a show on all the people that need to be fired right away. Right away. Not tomorrow. Now.
Mike, what's your picks?
Now. And then.
You spent the past month talking about how Mike is 6'5".
I just said it.
Yeah, he did say his picks, Tony.
I said it.
Oh, but what about the Monday games? Are we doing something on Monday?
Yes, we are. But nobody invites me. It's all about notifications and this other absolute complete BS. Like, you know what? This is a boys' club here. I'm being isolated, but it's okay. I know my place. Maybe next year.
Try to cat win if you want to.
There you go. There you
This is
go.
not a boys' club.
There you
Um,
Dallas is Dallas and Green Bay, and Detroit and Tampa Bay. Are those the
Detroit and
games?
LA.
Detroit and LA. Detroit and the Rams.
LA.
And the Rams, yeah.
Detroit and the
You know,
Rams.
I love LA. I'm okay with living in LA if
Tampa
we
Bay's
get.
playing Philly
Tampa
tomorrow
Bay's playing Philly
at
tomorrow.
8:15
So
on ABC,
the
ESPN.
Lions
I know,
versus the
and you know who I
Rams
love,
today.
but I think LA is more deserving. Sorry.
What
Yeah.
about
And
what
go
about Philly? I mean, excuse me. Yeah.
go ahead. We can talk about Philly.
Philly and Tampa Bay.
Philly and Tampa Bay. When's that?
Monday.
Is that Monday?
It's
Yeah,
Monday.
that's tomorrow night at 8:15.
Oh.
Bills Pittsburgh game is tomorrow.
I really want Philly to do well,
I'm still
and
gonna
I
root
think
for Philly.
they deserve to do well. You said something, and it kind of hurt my feelings, but it's true. You said they're old, and about Philly,
are old.
and I think we need to go, in deep there. When you get older, you only have so many opportunities to travel and do things, and you have to seize the moment. And I think they need some young blood, and so they don't need grumpy old Bill. Like,
Who?
grumpy old Bill would help them.
Who needs young blood?
Greatly.
Philly.
Phil.
Tony, you need some young blood in your life.
Bill and Phil would be dangerous.
That would be dangerous. Ted actually threw it out there. Bill Belichick and Aaron Rodgers going to Carolina. What do you think about that?
What?
If they were to go to Carolina.
Ooh. Oh, that owner's nuts,
Or
though,
Atlanta.
man. That
Or
owner's nuts.
Or Atlanta.
I can see
I
Atlanta.
like Atlanta.
I can see Atlanta.
Based
That
on what you
owner
said
out
earlier.
there in
Just so you
Washington,
know, it's 30
Washington would
it's-
be good too, but guys.
The odds are 35-1 for Belichick to go to the Panthers,
Okay.
plus 200 to go to
Uh-huh.
Atlanta. So he's more apt to go to Carolina than
How
Atlanta.
about Washington, buddy?
Washington is 12-1.
Yeah.
Washington would be a good fit. Washington would be a good fit.
Oh,
I
that's
think
all they need. They need defense.
Jets
They
is
have a great
75-1.
offense. They
But
have no
Rich,
defense.
with the Panthers, he would be the whole enchilada,
Thank you.
GM and coach,
Oh,
right?
but that
I
owner
think-
fires
I'm not
everybody.
Sure, I'm not sure what I think this is primarily just a coaching. I don't know about GM because I've seen a lot of the talking heads here the last couple of days talking about this aspect of him going to another team. They can't see him as a GM because it'd be too time consuming. Where
No,
as
he
a
sucks
coach,
at that. He sucks at that.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
was he a GM in
He was
For
a
24
horrible
years.
GM. He was
Yeah.
a horrible
24
GM.
years.
Yeah. So I know they have a decision on, and he probably does that primarily because he has a decision on.
He's got to
the
go to the
personnel.
Chargers, guys.
Yeah.
He would do well there in 2 years.
Chargers are plus 800, Mike. So
No, he
that's-
would do great there.
Yeah, but there's a number of teams: Saints, Jets, Giants.
It's warm.
Panthers,
His grumpy
Titans,
ass would be
Panthers,
happier.
Chargers,
You
and,
said Jets?
Jets,
No,
yeah, 75-1.
You and the Jets. You need
He's already
help.
He's already been on the Jets. Good question, but he's already been on the Jets.
God, you're smoking
But-
the Aaron Rodgers weed. Stop
And
it.
this is,
What?
and this is on an article from the New York Post from this morning that I posted up on my Twitter. So it's coming from New York Post. I like the New York Post, being from New York.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty reputable paper as far as, even though they do have the page
They
6.
can't be destroyed back
do
in the
you
90s.
do you read anything that isn't out of New York, Fireman Rich?
I love New York.
I have the feeling you got.
I'm one of the last remaining Republicans that still likes living here.
I think you could be the mayor of a small town. I think they would love you.
I got you.
I would.
I've already gone that route to a certain capacity.
I
Mike.
bet you have. I wouldn't doubt
It's
that.
not my cup of tea anymore. No, I got different aspects.
Public
Let me
Enemy
tell you,
destroyed
Rich,
the New York Post back in the 90s.
if you
The New
came
York
to
Post
Long
had no
Island,
reputation.
You would
Can y'all
love
hear
it
me?
because you know what?
Can y'all hear me?
It's turning.
You're
more
talking
and more
right over
Republican
him,
every day.
Ted.
Well, I don't look at that at this point. Maybe 30, 40 years ago, maybe Ted, but
I don't think they can hear you, Tony.
I
the
noticed.
community has. Oh, I'm sorry. Is he muted? Tell
What
me.
happened
I
to
I'm sorry.
noticed. Headset on and people still can't damn hear me. Y'all been killing me the whole. What is that?
I didn't care. I could care less if you had the headset, Tony. It didn't matter to me.
What happened?
No.
We're talking about politics.
Ted, you can't hear Tony. Listen, what are we going to wrap this up and we can talk in the
Ted,
room?
are you hearing Tony at all?
I can't hear Tony at all.
No.
Oh, we got something going on with
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to wrap this up?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
It's because we got
We're talking over Tony. I'm sorry.
We got to talk one at a time. That's all. But it's a bit fun. We talked about the game.
Oh, what? You had to wrap it up?
No, Mike wants to wrap it up because Mike's ready to go.
No, I'm trying to be respectful. Every time Ted comes in, you go, you do this every time. You always do this. You screw with my goddamn Sunday.
Makes this show so
every time.
Mike, the bad
Why do you do this?
I haven't even had a chance to say it yet.
Oh, you evil person.
Ted, can you hear me?
Yes.
Testing, okay. Ted.
Just
Ted.
so you know, we're on Mike's Instagram, so he's making sure this goes out for his people.
Listen, listen, dude. Living Disney, I'm sorry. They don't read the comments because they can't see them.
We can't see
It's my fault. It says Dallas wins, unfortunately. He said the games yesterday were trash. I totally agree. Those were shitty games.
Trash. It's just they were interesting games, but they weren't trash.
Very
games.
uneven.
Well, yeah, and then but it was over.
Dallas wins, unfortunately. Well, there's some guy here named Tony Tone 72. Who is that guy?
That's Mike talking to his Instagram channel. That's Mike talking to his Instagram folks because he's got this shit to his Instagram channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, do you have anything on Pete Carroll and where he could potentially go?
We were talking about him. I didn't see anything in the news and stuff. It's just Belichick is in the forefront.
He's
interested.
Oxygen out of the room.
Does Pete Carroll? Does he still have the potential? And I think he does because I guess it's just I've seen so many people retire and the continuity that they carry over the years of what
he's a beast, buddy. He's like you.
Yeah, and I think he's more. I think he'd be more. He'd be a fantastic. He's very in tune with the players and stuff like that, and he's not a grumpy old man like Michael says about Belichick.
Oh no, he makes everybody feel heard. He makes everybody feel like they can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's the kind of guy that would get behind a dream. You know, if you had a dream, let's say you had a dream of going to the UK and having lunch and wearing a fine suit and having your own clothing line and being syndicated all over the world, and your last name is D and it means delightful. He would be there for you. He wouldn't crunch it. Oh, look at that. We lost it. Oh my God. I think I was spooning it too hard. There you go.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I don't like the way it sets up. That's how it looks on my Instagram.
Portrait. It's portrait.
Oh, portrait.
I gotta lean over this way.
Portrait.
Lean to the left.
Who else?
It's getting really loud in the room. What is all that noise?
I can't. Oh, maybe it's my phone. I can't change it to portrait. Okay.
I just watch, ladies and gentlemen. I just watch. Nobody listen to me.
Firewood Rich, just put your thing on mute for 1 second to see if it goes away.
It probably won't.
No, it's not me.
Who is it?
It's probably me, Jason, in the background.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's the second time he asked it during this broadcast.
There's a party right here in your town tonight.
Yeah,
so Pete Carroll got let go, is what you tell me, correct?
He is 72. He's in phenomenal shape. He's in better shape than anybody in this room.
Yes.
He is a sex symbol. Women love him.
They love him.
He could be the Golden Bachelor. I'm not shitting.
I never heard that before, but okay.
No, women go crazy for him.
Let me throw this out there. Pete Carroll's leaving, and I said this earlier this week. Pete Carroll left his job, right? He's gone, right, from the Seahawks.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh no, he's an advisor.
He's an advisor.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is an advisor.
Why do you have one finger up, Tony? That's really rude. Are you being?
Pete Carroll is not the head coach no more, correct?
He's an advisor, right?
Bill Belichick is being let go as the head coach of the Patriots, correct?
He's gone.
He was let go.
Nick Saban
he was walked out of the building.
Coach of Alabama, correct?
Ooh,
he stepped down.
Do you realize all three of these men all fall under the same umbrella because Carroll and Saban were under Belichick's coaching tree?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all see?
Yeah. And they're all like
70.
71 or 72.
Up in the age.
One of
Yeah.
Pretty well, unless one of them was going to be a coach, while the other two run it. What
How
team
about
could
what's
use
his name from Alabama? Would he come back into the NFL, or is he too
That's
happy
Saban.
doing commercials with?
He didn't do good in the NBA. He didn't do good in the NFL. I think he
Rich, I think ESPN is going to give him the biggest contract for game day.
Yes.
I like that.
Sit him right up there.
I like that.
Yep.
Ted, there was a nugget of gold that Tony talked about earlier.
Yes.
And he kind of just brushed by it quickly, and it probably was the best part of this whole broadcast.
What was it, Tony?
And he was talking about Bill Belichick in a dream state he had. He went into deep meditative state. Tell us again, because I'm really interested in knowing. If you are if you are having problems with the Jets in your mind, seek help today. Okay, go ahead, Tony D.
Oh, I can speak now.
Please, I want to hear that theory you had. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had to go back to the first 45 minutes of the show to hear it.
You were talking about Bill Belichick going. I think it was connecting with the Jets, wasn't it?
No,
connecting with Aaron Rodgers to go somewhere.
Thank you, Rich. Now I did bring
clarify that, Tony, because this is you.
I brought that up. I brought that up to Ted already.
I'm going to do a show this week of all old clips of what Tony said early throughout the year.
Okay,
and then we're going to analyze them.
I want you to have fun with that. You have my permission.
No, I think that'll be good. I'll slice it up.
Pause. Wait. Just use the quotes. Don't be going crazy with my shit. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's good stuff. It's all good stuff. It's all about the Browns.
I'm actually curious as to how accurate I was during the season. If you were to do that.
Oh, you were accurate. You were. You just had the wrong names
between last season and this season.
You had the right team.
You
had the right team. Nobody's putting any love for the Steelers. Why, Tony?
I don't have any faith in them.
You know,
I don't. Personally, I don't.
What do you think, Fireman Rich? The Steelers have any chance?
I think the Steelers are gonna be beat today. They might put up a good fight as far as that goes. I think. The Bills, they're aware of all the local news that I've been hearing out of Buffalo, the coaching staff, even Josh Allen. Josh Allen says they're a formidable team. We can't let our guard down, and I think the Buffalo Bills are in a different mindset compared to the regular season. This is the playoffs. Josh Allen said, "You either win or you go home," and that's been said many times before, and that's the reality of the playoffs.
Tired of going home.
Yeah. We want to win. We want to keep on going. And
he's still hurting from last year. What happened?
Well, there's a whole bunch of players.
It's like a bad dream.
The 13-second game.
What's that?
The 13-second game, Michael.
Oh. And I don't want to go there. I want to be in the present. And
that's the thing. And that's the way.
And here's the thing, because I respect him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I think he's past that though, Michael, too.
I think they used the shit out of him this year. I think any other quarterback would have not done what he did.
I don't think there's a lot of quarterbacks that couldn't do what he does, other than say Lamar Jackson.
He's phenomenal. He really is. He's a beast.
He's huge. He's
a beast. He has been disrespected throughout the whole year.
Yes, I agree.
And the sad truth is, if they don't go and be awake, the Steelers will fucking steal this from them.
No. I don't see that happen.
Yes, really, they can grind. Every time I gave up on them, they made me a fool. Every time I thought, no, it's a joke. I'm an idiot.
I could say that about the Jets.
They would win. Well, you would agree with the idiot part. I get that.
No, I think the Bills they're focused, and they're just the last game. And I think Kansas City's back on track and focused after listening to the game last night. And given the middle finger at the Peacock, which I got that post I did as far as where you could listen to it, I got over 900 hits on that freaking post on Twitter. As far as but the game, Kansas City, Rice. We got to mention Rice. He was phenomenal last night.
Yes. I did see that stat come up there. He went crazy last
Who's the
night.
guy that was with Miami that used to be Kansas City that we were always talking about, supposed to be so good? He had one touchdown, but he didn't do squat afterwards. He got a couple touches, but he wasn't the phenomenal like Rice was. Rice blew him away by digits on the receptions.
Over under when you defend Tyreek Hill. You put two, maybe in some cases 3 defenders on him.
So they don't have to go to Kelsey anymore. They got this kid called Rice that is he's just cooking like a rice cooker out there on the field. I'm just taking that's what one of the commentators said on the radio. He's cooking like a rice cooker.
He's cooking like a rice cooker.
Can I make one comment for Mike?
Go ahead,
Tony.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, Mike. And this is also to Fireman Rich. I just don't like. So I have a friend at work who's a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. I just don't like Josh Allen's utilization. I think it's way too high.
In what aspect, though? What aspect? Well, his passing, his running, his running. Probably, yeah, his running. I agree with there.
His running. I mean, I'm like, they depend way too much. When one person is the reason for 90% of your offense.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson. I was just thinking that.
Yeah. There's a problem. There's a problem with that.
Potential, yeah. But
and he's running and they're just whacking him away. And you remember Big Ben. We all remember Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben, yes.
We remember Big Ben towards the end was just like, and I just remember Mike with the affinity that he had for Anthony Richardson this year.
Yes.
And we
that's like stepping on my big toe. It hurts.
Dude. I just don't like
people don't care. It's a business. We forget that.
Yeah.
And they want ratings, and through the ratings they get the advertisers, and within the advertisers they make more money. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately these young guys have everything to gain, right?
It's like a factory, man.
But he screwed himself by getting hurt because I bet there was a million incentives if he would have made it to the end, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing.
If we could just for a moment, Tony, I know you're busy, if we could play that one clip of Josh, I love it. It's a commercial he did recently.
As far as what you're saying about incentives, Michael, do you think the incentives they're put out there at such a high level that encourages these players to try to reach for it, and in some cases they don't reach those incentives because that's kind of discussion I've been hearing this last week and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can we get the opinion of each person without maybe interrupting, and I'll try. Is that okay? You notice I know I'm part of the problem. Okay, so who wants to go first with the incentives?
Wait, I thought you were going to play the video clip.
No, he's not. He's boycotted me. It's okay.
Oh, here we go. Here's the video.
Okay, you guys ready? Okay.
I don't want to be right.
Okay, it'll play again.
How to Buffalo your Pepsi. Step 1, order Buffalo wings and Pepsi, because wings are way better with Pepsi. Step 2, and here's the key. Order extra buffalo sauce. Step 3, pour a little of that sauce. Mix with celery.
Ooh.
Leave it in there for a little garnish. Step 4, enjoy your new favorite drink.
Did he actually drink that?
He drink that.
No way.
3 words. Blue cheese rim. This is wrong. I don't want to be right.
Right.
All right, there we go. So the only way you can make money now, is it okay if I go in and I'll just be 1 minute? Okay. The only way you can make money now, if you're a player, is you've got to stay healthy enough that you can play for at least 3 to 5 years. You also have to be really good with your money, which means you have to be intelligent. The other thing that's a problem in the league is they don't give a shit if you get hurt. So what they do is they give you incentives, like through the yin yang, thinking you'll never get them. And when they do get them, they're like, oh, okay, we can afford to pay him Did you know that Baker Mayfield made $2 extra million because he hit one of his incentives this year? He went from 4 to 6 million. And it was an incentive they thought no way he'll ever hit. But they were glad he did. CJ Stroud right now is probably one of the best values in the league. Him and Brock Purdy. And Fireman Rich, I wish to God they had more people with your moral fortitude running these teams, because I think they'd be treated better. And a lot of the ownership, and sometimes it's teams that don't necessarily win, people stay because they get treated well.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to remember, like, and this is my prediction, Washington, because of the new management, because of the scheme they're under now, within 2 to 3 years, they will be a force. And it's only because they know what they're doing. Let's wave together.
That's Thamer. Thamer just came in. He's watching the broadcast.
Okay.
Thamer, how you doing?
How you doing, Thamer? Coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Who wants to go next? And I'll be quiet. Go. Incentives.
I'll go on the incentives. I'm just picking up on that this week. As far as I figured they have them out there, but there's a little glitch, like you mentioned, Michael. They put them higher than what they are. I didn't realize that. That's like, whoa, okay, maybe that's why you got all these premier quarterbacks you're trying to go for that. As far as the Josh Allen commercial, he's doing nothing any different than all the other quarterbacks in the league and stuff like that. There's a path to where they can make extra money. Go for it. Michael Jordan did it. He got more money making from his advertisements than he did playing basketball. So more power to them. I don't have any qualms on it, unless it shows that they're doing what, like this year, Kansas City was faltering. I'm seeing too many commercials of Mahomes, so maybe that's a factor and stuff. I don't know, but I agree. I guess there's probably a dirty secret there that you're expressing here that I'm coming to, that these they paint a picture that they care about the players. I'm not talking about the coach. I'm talking about the back offices and stuff like that, because all they worried about the owners and their crew. I think coaches on a whole, I've never seen a coach that did not care about his players.
Big ups to golf, the two-time league champion.
Because I think because of one comment that a particular coach said up in Buffalo, I think it doesn't define the overall character of that individual, which he took responsible for that comment too. So you got to give him credit there. He took, and he said it was wrong. He probably wasn't thinking he probably wasn't thinking about what he was talking about, and that's the case throughout the NFL on players and coaches and owners. I think they have to do something though with the injuries. Though that's for me, that's the number one thing. We have more injuries this year and last year than years past. There probably was more injuries back in the days of the 60s and 70s that we didn't realize, because there was definitely indication there were people that were sucking up big time and they shouldn't have been.
Exactly. That's why they're so precautionary against injuries now. Big ups to golf for coming through. Big ups to Thamer for coming through.
Yeah, Thamer. So that's my take. Okay, I'm done.
Tony, can you read that? What's on there? I'm trying to give you a little bit of help here. So you know about the Joe Flacco thing where they gave him an extra $75,000?
Yeah, that's a good example, Michael. Mm-hmm. Good example. Yes.
And Baker Mayfield.
When did this article come out?
Recently.
Was it before the game yesterday?
Remember we talked about it last week about the $75,000 they had him sit out.
Yeah, last week. Yeah,
and
got static or something.
They wound up giving it to him because they said, "We're asking you to sit out, so we're going to forego this. Give it to you," because it was his whole contract was based on hitting those escalators.
Yeah, that's most contracts. That's why they say that's why they say that's what the contract is worth, not the money you're guaranteed.
The problem, Tone, is you hear these contracts, guaranteed money versus, hey, he signed a 5-year, $145 million contract. okay, what the first thing we hear when we hear NFL is what's the guaranteed money?
Yes.
Oh, it's $2 for $60 million.
But the kicker is they'll say a contract worth and then tell you what's guaranteed.
Right.
So they'll let you know you got to earn all that money. The guaranteed money is what you probably got for the money.
Right.
Yeah, I got that part.
Through hitting the escalators and hitting the, hey, you got to catch, like Brees Hall last week, 994 yards. So he missed 1,000-yard for the season because someone had a math issue. So that's going to impact him with his contract.
Yep. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, Mike.
And this is more just for the quality of Belt Kings in the future.
Yes.
Let's collectively one week, please, or when we do a small broadcast, let's put it in portrait so that it will fit properly into TikTok. It will fit properly into Instagram. Because our audience, especially the audience in Europe soon, will need to be able to read this and see this in full clarity. That's all I'm saying.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you reaching out to the Instagram, to the TikTok, to your Instagram and TikTok folks. Matter of fact, to all of our Instagram and TikTok folks. I have the broadcast on YouTube as well. If you're not able to see it live, you catch the replay over there. I have no problem with what he's saying. In the event that we are not able to make it, please know this is also on YouTube. This is also currently on Twitch, and a lot of people don't want to go to Twitch.
Is it on Facebook too, buddy? Because they can see it pretty good on Facebook.
If you have your notifications on, you'll see it.
Yeah, and if you're on Facebook, you can talk to your family and friends on there as well.
If you all are on LinkedIn, some of you who don't do the regular social media apps, if you're on LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn as well. I will be sending this over to Rumble as well.
Yeah.
This will go to 6 platforms off the rip in the event that you can't see it on Instagram. Instagram does portrait, not landscape. That's an issue for a lot of live streamers. Even when I've done some of my short.
Most people do this on their phone, though, Tony. You know that, right? Most people do. You can't finish.
50. Can I finish? You talk more than me on this broadcast. I got you, though.
There may be some truth there. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Shit.
We have
all of you out there, honestly. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, as well as what Mike is sharing over the Instagram. I appreciate all of you over there. If you are in another country with questions or any aspects of confusion, I appreciate Mike asking me that. We have no problem answering them. I know Mike wants to break it down. Most of your live streamers, broadcasters, bloggers, podcasters, everybody need landscape. If you're on Instagram and you're not on any other platform, you can check us out on YouTube without logging in as well. You can check us out on Twitch without logging in as well. Just for everybody to know and everybody to see it, we're going to work on it, but please know that we are over there as well.
Jamie Dragon on Instagram, he is listening to you. He is not ignoring your horrible screen right now. I'm sorry,
and Golf
sir.
Hawk said, Mike, I can always count on you. Lots of laughs.
Mike is a mess. Golf Hawk is a mess.
There is a beauty in the seamless broadcast that will soon be in the UK. We need to elevate the room and the we have such stars in here. Like, look at here, real Ted Hicks. We've got Fireman Rich, who's on multiple platforms, Tony D, and myself, who are legends in our own mind.
That's good, Mike. That's good.
He's right, though.
When he's right, he's right.
He's right. We got get to the points.
Oh my God, we've had 7 minutes for 7
like
years.
to
Okay, go ahead.
Take it to my level, right, Tony? Take it to my level.
When I start cutting shit off, I don't want to hear twos. Go ahead.
I'd like to jump in and say there was a platform that we were previously on that decided to move the portrait. And not you guys.
Oh man, you going there? What are you doing?
Everyone was pushing back against portrait,
and I was one of those guys.
2 years later, everyone's like portrait, and I'm like, what?
No,
they were ahead of the curve.
No,
yes, they were. Yes,
I tried it, but as a broadcaster, I just couldn't. I tried going with that, and I even reset formats and stuff like that. Maybe if TikTok was back on. Yeah, I just didn't
Richard, you're becoming Bill Belichick. You're not becoming flexible.
Okay, I'm
you need to be fluid, sir.
Grumpy this morning.
Go with the flow.
I'll be grumpy on portrait then. Like I'm grumpy with Peacock.
The only way that you can make this fit is you have to
I
flip
understand.
it.
I think
do it sideways, which I do on TikTok.
You're showing us, Michael, as far as that aspect. And I have noticed that on your broadcast. So,
Mike,
you guys said that Instagram couldn't be done.
It wasn't prevalent back in the Haps days because it was like, everything. I mean, that was a big downfall, even though it was in their business plan to go that route. But they lost a whole ton of people because of that decision. Yep. And that's all it takes.
Let me throw this out there, Richard. I apologize to you, Mike.
No, go ahead. You're good.
This is your project, and I actually want to say this is my request more than your project. We wanted to broadcast on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Work on setting this up for us on TikTok.
I want to do that, but you guys, there's no respect. I asked Real Ted Hicks to help me with that. He's the bright man in here. He's got just because there's disorder in his office doesn't mean there's disorder in his brain. Like, come on, look at that.
I can view TikTok, but I don't think I'd want to be broadcasting on TikTok. That's just my own personal preference.
Here's the great thing with TikTok. Once it's on, it's gone. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's the same with Instagram. Once it's on, it's gone.
There's other aspects, Michael, that I know firsthand that I don't really care.
I know where you're going. Let's not go there. No,
I'm just saying. It's me, okay?
That makes sense.
I'm on TikTok, and I think I have you as a friend, and so I'm very selective on those friends.
I have you as a friend too, buddy.
You look familiar. I'm keeping my private. I go on there once in a great while, because you're on there to see what you put on there. Because
there is love in the valley.
But the thing is, personally, and it's just my own personal preference, I would rather broadcast on Facebook or Instagram before I would broadcast on TikTok at this time. Okay, so that I'm just going to leave it there. And I think you all know one of the major regions as far as that goes, and we won't go there and stuff like that.
This was truly
an interesting platform, and then I've gone down the rabbit hole of watching the things here, but I just can't find myself. Maybe on a replay, because I see myself up there on a replay on a format like this.
Yes.
But to actually go on TikTok to broadcast, no.
I think when I have you on a replay and I do a snippet, I need to say on there, Fireman Rich 6'5", it's still fine.
No.
Yeah. I think it'll generate a whole new audience.
What's your idea about TikTok there, or feelings about TikTok, Ted?
TikTok, you don't stop.
Is that what it says? The nonverbal is just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's just I mean, it's okay. It's just I don't go on it too often.
Yeah, same here.
But you will help me. You'll help me. I think I think I need an invite. I think that's all I need. I need to write to them.
2.5 minutes.
We're gonna go, right?
No, we're getting ready to wrap it up here.
Okay.
Let's take it to 2 hours. 2 hours is time, and we drop it.
Can we do gratitude before we go, because we're running out of
runway.
We are. And my heart's sad.
Running out of runway.
What do you do when you have friends that are into New York? They only read things from New York. How do you help them? That's
move to New York.
We are not close-minded here in New York.
I live close enough. I could paddle over.
Yeah, that's true. I waved to you from the other side of the Erie Lake.
Don't come over. You're not welcome. Thank you. Leave your crazy ass over there, Michael. Yeah. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fireman Rich from the Morning Coffee on Twitch over there.
Thank you,
Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 05:30 in the morning. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you. That's Eastern Standard Time. My man, Real Ted Hicks, down there at the bottom. LateNightParents.com. Ladies and gentlemen, way to follow the show, LateNightParents.com. Michael Bathurst over there. What more needs to be said? Gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for being here. Appreciate all the big ups to all of you over there who've been checking us out, dropping the comments, even listening. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Everybody on the pair channels, thank you all for being here. Situated. He's getting antsy. I will catch you all.
I can tell.
This is more of a random episode than it was a fantasy football episode, but it was fun regardless. So I appreciate all of you, and not those Doritos. I'll holler at y'all later. Maybe we'll do something tonight. I do have time to do something tonight. I want to see how tonight goes. We need to let Smoke do his show because we didn't do one last week.
Oh, true.
So I want to see how Smoke's show goes, and then we'll try and go after that. Other than that, all of you out there, I appreciate y'all once again. See you all again real soon. Wild Card weekend. Check the I'll come back for the insight. Talk to y'all later.